Happy Saturday. It is Saturday morning. I am so ecstatic. I'm actually really tired. I have my shades on because my eyes are probably swollen from lack of sleep. But anyway, I just wanted to say happy Saturday to you guys. I had a wedding on Thursday, or a wedding rehearsal on Thursday, a wedding yesterday. I have a wedding next weekend. And guess what? While I was at the wedding yesterday, I have potentially gained a new client to be hired to perform their wedding in about a month. So I'm excited about that. Things are going excellent for the Relationship Rules brand, which wedding officiant services fall under that, as well as any type of premarital coaching, counseling, ongoing relationship coaching, counseling. So I'm really ecstatic about that. But I do have a message for you guys today, right? So that was my weekend. I don't know how it looked. Okay, I can take my glasses off. Y'all know I'm all about healthy skin and flawless skin, right? So I don't have to wear a ton of makeup every day, because I don't have on anything right now. Actually, I just wash my face. I got some Carmex on, and that's it. And y'all, I promise I wasn't being shady. If people wake up and they want to put makeup on every day, they can wake up and put makeup on every day. I'm just not that chick. I don't believe in wearing a lot of makeup. It's a mess. I hate it. It's heavy on your face. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. So I just wanted to come on here because it is sad to say that, well, it's not really sad. Some of you may know, some of you may not know. I'm not going to get into a lot of details, but I've been having a lot of health problems lately. And I'm working on that, right? I'm focusing on me. I'm focusing on self-care, trying to get my health in order. And part of my plan to do that is I had to step back from a lot of things that I was doing, because I honestly didn't know how long I could continue with those commitments and how I was feeling, because honestly, like for the last month, maybe the last month and a half, it wasn't until a couple of weeks ago that I started even feeling a little bit better, and I'm still not 100%. It took everything in me to do these weddings. You know, even afterwards in the car, my husband went with me, and in the car I was half passed out. Like, we left, it wasn't over until 12. Of course, as the officiant, I wasn't obligated to stay through the entire reception, but at 9 o'clock, I'm like, and it started at 7, so 2 hours in, I'm like, I gotta go. We gotta go home. I gotta get into bed. I can't take it. I got into bed. I woke up in the middle of the night. I had to take pain pills. He's concerned, like, oh my God, are you in that much pain? I'm like, yes. So although I really enjoy what I do, I don't know how long I can continue to do certain things and make commitments to certain things without making sure I'm okay. The weddings that I've already had on the books, of course, it will be a lack of integrity if I cancel. The only way I'm going to cancel is I'm going to have to be on my deathbed. I'm not canceling for a commitment that I made, especially when people are paying me for my services. So with that being said, that's just to kind of give you an idea of where I am health-wise. But with that being said, I have stepped down from being a co-host on the Fat Girl Chronicles podcast. Again, it's just more of a commitment that I have the capacity to take on right now. So I have left the Fat Girl Chronicles podcast to y'all. Okay, let me tell y'all, because this is really bothering me and I don't know what I'm going to do about it. I had, y'all know I always do my videos from my car, right? That's not a secret. And so I had the perfect card holder, because y'all know I'm safe when I'm doing this, right? I don't hold my phone, none of that. And so it was super sturdy and it was stable. I broke it. I was trying to do something the other day and I broke it, which is also why I haven't done any videos. And so I ordered a new one from Amazon, and it was bigger. And I'm like, okay. And and this looks like it's going to be sturdy. Well, as you can see, it's bouncing, it's jumping, and I don't know if you guys can really tell, but it's bothering me. I need a steady picture, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. So I'm going to have to figure that out, because that's too much bouncing for me. But so I'm gonna get through this real quick, and then I'm gonna go, because I gotta figure this out, because that's not cool. And I'm gonna look at this video before I post it, because if it's bouncing, I'm not gonna post it. But anyway, so I left the Fat Girl Chronicles podcast because that is a commitment to somebody else and to a team of other people that I don't know if and when I have the capacity to do it. And if I wake up and feel like I'm sick today, I don't feel like doing anything, I don't want to do the show, I don't want to go to a meeting, I want to do that without feeling obligated, because if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. I always have. That's just who I am. But I didn't want to be in that situation. So that was a decision that I made to take care of me, some self-care. Although, let me tell you this, I cannot not talk about relationships. I cannot not continue to have something where I am making y'all laugh, doing some life hacks, doing some urban reviews, of course giving you the relationship rules and anything else that falls under that umbrella. So what I have decided to do, the last couple of weeks, I've also been hearing the Holy Spirit, and I don't care what y'all say, judge me if you want to. I'm special, I'm anointed, I'm touched, and okay, aside from that, but anyway, I have constantly been hearing the last 2 weeks, and it's getting louder and louder and louder and louder. Basics, back to the basics. So I have interpreted that myself to mean I need to get back to the basics, right? For me, back to the basics, because let's be clear, I have had a podcast since 2016 or 2017. So I'm not new to this, right? So, and just let me give you a little backstory. I initially started a podcast, and I was like, this isn't, it could be a little different. Let me add a little spice. So I then, after doing my podcast on my own, I then joined JQLM Radio. Relationship Rules was on JQLM Radio as its own entity. And actually, Relationship Rules had some projects and some things going on when JQLM Radio was another radio station. So I did that. So I did that transition. So I did my own thing, and then I was on JHM or JQ. Was it JHM? I think JHM Radio. And then when it transitioned to JQLM Radio, Relationship Rules was its own entity, own show on JQLM Radio. And then I left because, and no particular reason, I just was like, I'm tired. And again, commitment, right? It was just a lot of stuff going on. So I took a step back. I didn't do anything for a while. I take it back. I did do something. I found Anchor, right? So I started doing my own podcast, which is crazy because I'm everywhere on Anchor or through Anchor, and I actually got paid to do it. It was monetized, right? So, and now don't get me wrong, I wasn't getting a lot of money, but I got some coins, and I still got all of that is still set up, because what I do in business is I don't relinquish everything. So I still have my platform on Anchor. I still have, everything is still the way it is. Everything is, like status quo, right? So that's that. And then I was approached by someone who owns Radio Wave Indie, which actually used to be JHM Radio. So it was bought by another individual, and it turned into Radio Wave Indie. And so I went over to Radio Wave Indie, or Radio Wave. It wasn't in Radio Wave Indie, it was just Radio Wave. So I went over there. Relationship Rules had a show over there. And then, I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of doing a show by myself. I'm tired of talking to myself. Now, don't get me wrong, I've had guests on my show and things of that nature, but I was like, I don't want to feel like I'm talking to myself or whatever the case may be. So when the opportunity came up to be a part of the Fat Girl Chronicles podcast, I was like, oh my God, that's just what I need. And I had tried out a couple of co-hosts that didn't work out. I wanted it to be a guy, just to have feminine and masculine energy in the room, to discuss a lot of these topics, to get an opinion kind of from both sides. I tried out a couple people, it didn't work out. So then when the opportunity for Fat Girl Chronicles came up, I was like, oh my God, this is great, this will be it. And then I was there, which was wonderful. I had a great time, but now here we are due to my health. I can't commit to anybody, right? So now here I am. And like I said, I cannot not discuss life hacks, relationship rules, urban reviews. I cannot not have my baby not doing anything. So y'all know I do the YouTube videos, which honestly, like, you haven't really seen me consistently, regularly, because I just haven't had the energy. And I don't feel bad about it, because I got to take care of me at the end of the day. And so when I wake up, if I want to do a video, I do a video. If I wake up and I'm like, today ain't the day, I ain't got to worry about it, and I'm not hurting anybody, because I don't have a commitment to anybody but myself. So here I am. And I just, and so, like I was saying, there is a YouTube channel. I do have a YouTube channel where I put my car videos on YouTube. And I'll give you a little secret. Most of the time when I record those videos, it's in the morning, early in the morning. I spend a lot of time in my car in prayer and meditation on my way to the office or wherever I'm going. Today is a little in the afternoon because I'm just now getting up. I'm still not feeling my greatest. But did I tell y'all I got another wedding tomorrow? Did I say that? So, and I don't have nothing to wear. And I will say I'm not officiating this wedding. My son is getting married. So I definitely have to make sure that I am there physically, mentally, and spiritually for my son to support him in his journey. Well, the parents of the bride are supposed to wear certain colors. And so now here I am on my way to try and find this burgundy dress that I need to wear to my son's wedding tomorrow. My little person has to be at a birthday party that's from 1 to 5. I have to serve the homeless with a women's business group. Shout out Women in Business Indy. That's from 2 to 6. So I'm trying to figure out my life and how I'm gonna do all this stuff. So but this is one of the great things that I'm good at in helping people work through is work-life balance and balancing out all the things you have to do as a parent, as a businesswoman, as a business owner, as a 9-to-5er, as just all of these things, right? Because it's hard. That's why I need a nanny. And y'all, give my baby a hand clap, because I'm telling y'all wouldn't even know this if I didn't tell you, but I'm telling you, he's in the back seat, like he's with me, running these crazy errands today to try to figure out our life, because my husband, his dad, is at the barber shop and got some stuff working around to do to get ready for tomorrow. And so I got the baby. And so he's being extremely quiet and extremely good for me while I do these videos. So y'all give my baby a hand clap for that. And I'm going to treat him to Starbucks when we leave the mall, because he's being awesome. But anyway, so I do these videos, and so I have the YouTube channel, and I'm going to be very transparent and honest with you guys. I'm debating on if I still want to do the YouTube channel. I don't know, because again, like I said, I've been getting these visions, some whispers in my ear, whatever, to go back to the basics. I have interpreted going back to the basics as doing what a podcast is supposed to do, which is a podcast. If I need you to listen to me on whatever platform I'm on, I can't go live. I don't want to, first of all, I don't want to go live all the time, because let me tell y'all another secret into my podcast life. When I was solo by myself, sometimes I would be in the bed, sometimes I would be in my car, like y'all would never know where I am, because all you hear is my voice. And so even on days that I was sick or really didn't feel like doing it, if I was in bed, cuddled up in a big robe and under a blanket with a cup of hot tea, I could still talk. I was still able to work. I was still able to do my podcast because it was just that. It was a podcast. You pull it up, you put your headphones in, you listen to the podcast, right? So I don't have to go live. I don't have to be visual, which works better for me and everything that I have going on in my life, because if I do a podcast, whether it's 30 minutes to an hour or anywhere in between, even I think I've done like 15-minute little snippets, right? Even if I do a 15-minute little snippet, I can go be like, you know what, I got about 10 or 15 minutes and I gotta say this, let me just say it real quick and just throw it in as a trailer, as a teaser, whatever, a prelude to the actual show, whatever the case may be. So it works for me. And where I am in my life right now, that is what will work for me. So now I will tell y'all this too. I'm trying to figure out, and I've Googled it, so I know I can do it. I know there's a way that I can actually, all of my previous YouTube videos, I can convert to, I'm almost done, baby. I can convert to audio files and have them uploaded to my Anchor podcast. And so I say that because okay, so y'all know I said I've always been on Anchor and everything's the same. It's like I never left. That's true. So if you go to my Anchor, if you pull it up on any other podcast platforms that I'm on, and I'm going to tell you in a minute, it has old shows from, I think, like 2017, maybe 2016, 2017, or maybe 2019, I don't know. But they're the older shows. And so I want some of my new YouTube videos on there. So it's part of the reason why I haven't put on there or said, you know, for everybody to follow me on whatever platform. But I'm going to give y'all the information first. And I'm going to say, you know, you can go ahead and follow me. And I'm figuring out how to get these videos transcribed just to audio so that I can put them on there, because those are the latest ones. But just for an example of all the places you can find me for Relationship Rules podcast that is coming back full force is Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public. I'm also on Stitcher, I believe. Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Stitcher right now. So, and I think right before I left, I was getting ready to go on iHeartRadio, but I didn't fulfill that because I ended up leaving, or not, I shouldn't say leaving, transitioning to the Fat Girl Chronicles podcast. So I'm going to run through it one more time. I'll give you guys the information. It's under Relationship Rules. Please follow me there. I'm still undecided if I'm going to keep the YouTube channel or if I'm going to strictly do podcasts. I may do both. I don't know. But I can tell you right now, most of my content will be on the podcast unless something else shifts. Also, I don't know if many of you know this, but I had also signed a contract for Relationship Rules to have its own TV show. That is on hold. I don't know if I want to proceed that way because, again, that's a commitment that I have to make to somebody else. I have to be in the studio, book studio time, record in the studio. I don't know if I can physically or mentally commit to that. So, right now, it will definitely be podcast platforms, maybe still some videos on YouTube. I'm not really sure. But either way, stay tuned. Please continue to follow me. Please continue to love on your girl. And if nothing else, please say a prayer or two for me, for my health and my wellness, and that I get through whatever this is and whatever I need to get through. I'm not going to go into details. I'm not going to be specific because I'm not going to give it that energy. I'm not going to speak it into existence. So just remember to keep me in your thoughts, uplift me, please and thank you. It would be greatly appreciated. So I'm going to get off of here because my baby, he's probably tired of being quiet. I've been talking to y'all for 20 minutes. I just kind of wanted to give y'all that little update and kind of information as to what's going on with me. I will keep you guys in the fold. Let me get through this weekend with weddings after weddings after weddings after weddings and all this stuff going on. So let me get through that. Let me, oh Lord, I'm going to turn into some kind of industrial plant with hills and dirt and rocks. I don't want to do that. So let me get through all of that, and I will make sure that I get y'all all the new information that you need. I appreciate you all. I love you all. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And like I said, blessings to you all. Have a great day. We'll talk soon.